Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm gonna be giving you 3 under 15-minute, under 5 ingredient recipes that have a shelf life of over 2 weeks, so you can meal prep these, leave them out in your kitchen, and they're gonna be your easy, healthy kick that you could add to all of your other recipes. First, I'm gonna be showing you this Brazil nut Parmesan that you could just sprinkle on anything. Right here I have my 4 ingredient blackberry jelly. And then lastly, we have these energy cookies. And these are high in 2 ingredients that are so good for your skin and bone health. But I'm gonna tell you about that a little bit later, and we're gonna start with the blackberry jelly. Now, you may have heard that eating more vegan food can be better for your health and it could be better for the environment. But I'm here to make sure it tastes good. For my first recipe, I'm gonna be showing you how to make a blackberry jelly. We're gonna be taking 4 ingredients, simmering them in a pot, and it's gonna become a nice sweetener for you to add on top of all of your other breakfast recipes. Making healthy, vegan, plant-based foods can also be rich, it could also be desserty. So to start, we're gonna grab these 4 ingredients and start simmering them on the stove. I have a hot pot right here, and I'm just gonna add in my blackberries. So I got 1 cup of blackberries, ½ cup of raspberries, and squeeze ½ of a lemon. Now you can get a little bit creative. I use blackberries and raspberries because I really like the flavor, I like the color that it gives it, but you can exchange those raspberries with a peach, a nectarine, blueberries, or any other fruit that you really like. This is basically just to show you the concept that it's really easy for you to make your own jellies. You don't have to add a lot of fake sugar, and it's gonna be something that's gonna last for a long time. So I always make this and just leave it around my kitchen for breakfast almost every single day. All right, so you're gonna see this is gonna start to simmer a little bit. And then once it's simmering, you take a fork and you just start pressing them down, mashing them down a little bit. All right, so we let that simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes. You can see it's kind of started to reduce. It's a little bit less liquidy as before. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add the chia seeds. So chia seeds are a great ingredient to just add a little bit of a healthy boost to almost anything. They don't have a lot of flavor, and they bind together other ingredients, and they're one of the highest protein seeds. So I just add 2 tablespoons, give it another stir, turn off the stove, and now that's just gonna combine everything. It's gonna absorb any of that extra liquid, and it's gonna turn it into a jelly that's super spreadable, and we're gonna add it to one of my other recipes that we're gonna get working on next. Welcome back. We've got our jelly over here. I canned it so I could throw this in a refrigerator, and I'll be using this all week. What I like to do is just add a little bit on top of my oatmeal, and it's a great way for you to start your day. But this is my vegan cooking show, so I wanna give you guys a little bit of a deeper recipe. I'm gonna be showing you how to make my peanut butter and blackberry jelly baked oatmeal cake. The first thing we're gonna have to do with this recipe is I'm gonna make what's called a slurry. A slurry is just a watery mixture that helps bind together other ingredients. And I love using chia seeds to make a slurry. We start with 1 tablespoon of water and 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. And that 1-to-1 ratio is typically enough to replace 1 egg in most of your recipes. So what you're gonna do is you have the chia seeds in your water, you're gonna take it and you're just gonna stir it. This takes a little bit of time. All right, you see this right here? This is the texture that we're going for. It should just kind of glob off the spoon. Set that aside for right now. Grab a big mixing bowl, and we're gonna start with our oats. I'm gonna grab 2 cups of these gluten-free oats by Bob's Red Mill, 1½ cups of coconut milk. You can use any non-dairy milk that you like. I got a ½ cup of peanut butter right here. Just glob that on top. A 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. That's gonna cut through some of those other flavors, add a little bit of a spice to it. And also we got our 1½ tablespoons of coconut oil. Just a pinch of salt right on top. Now I'm gonna add in that chia seed slurry that I was making earlier. It's gonna help thicken up the recipe. Okay. Now to the secret ingredient, that blackberry chia seed jelly that we made earlier. Now, that is all the sweetness you're gonna need. You see, I don't add any other sugar to this recipe. It's all gonna come from this natural fruit sweetener, this blackberry jelly that we made earlier. So we're gonna add about 3/4 of a cup. And I can kind of just eye it. You know, I've been using this jelly all the time, so I gotta figure it out. But if you wanna measure it out, it is 3/4 of a cup. That looks good right there. We got all our ingredients. Now we're just gonna mix this all together and distribute it evenly before we're gonna add it to a pan, and then we're gonna start cooking it.
Maybe it's love, maybe it's us, maybe it's everybody else. Maybe it's you, maybe it's me, maybe it's something in between.
Get about a 10 by 10 inch baking pan. And you know, we got a little bit of this coconut oil left over from before, so we just want to drizzle that on top. And you know, you can use your hands, spread that out. All right, just glop it on. Spread it out. Now, the one last thing I want to do is add a little bit of extra jelly on top, because we're gonna treat ourselves today. We're gonna add 1, we're gonna add 2, we're gonna add 3 spoonfuls right there. Kind of spread it a little bit all over the place. That's gonna give a nice little jelly topping. Those are always the best bites, the ones that have that extra amount of jelly. Now I got my convection oven over here preheated to 350 degrees. So we're gonna cook this in the oven for 350 degrees for 30 minutes. All right, and when we come back, we are going to have a delicious peanut butter and blackberry jelly baked oatmeal cake. All right, we are back with our oatmeal baked cake. We started out with our blackberry jelly, and out came this amazing cake. Now stay tuned, because next up, I'm gonna have one of my good friends, Kaylin, come and join me in my kitchen, and I'm gonna teach her another one of my 5 ingredients, 15-minute healthy recipes that you can leave on your countertop, and it's gonna help make all of your other recipes taste a little bit better and a little bit healthier. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Trying Vegan with Mario. Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make a smashed broccoli recipe, and we're also gonna be doing a Brazil nut seasoning that's kind of gonna be a little bit of a Parmesan cheese vibe. And today, I'm here with my special guest,
Kaylin. So I do YouTube, and my main focus on my channel is beauty and makeup tutorials, and I never really focused on skincare until recently when I realized how important taking care of your skin is.
So that's perfect. I'm so glad you're the perfect person to have in my kitchen today, because I'm gonna be showing you guys recipes and little tips and tricks that are gonna educate you on how you could take better care of your skin from the inside out, and then hopefully you could teach me a few things about what I should be putting on my skin as well. So for the smashed broccoli, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna roast our broccoli for about 10 minutes. Cool? So we're gonna let that roast for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, we're gonna set up this Brazil nut seasoning that I was talking about. We got them right here. They're a little bit different. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna add these to our Chefman immersion blender, okay? And this recipe doesn't have to be so specific, but we got about a cup right here. So I wanna tell you something really quick about these amazing Brazil nuts. So they are the highest source of a chemical called selenium. And what selenium is great for is it helps with the elasticity of your skin. So, I mean, like, you think of elasticity, you're like, what does that mean? That's kind of the stretchiness right here, you know,
Which
and
I don't have like you do.
you don't have the stretch? All right. All right, good. I've been eating my Brazil nuts. I've been having enough selenium. It's something that not everybody's getting enough of, but if you make this recipe, kind of top it on anything, you can make sure you're getting enough of that. So, all right, number 2, we got these hemp seeds. So we're gonna add about a tablespoon of this here. So these have a lot of healthy oils. It's gonna be helping your skin from the inside out. So I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about, if we're keeping our insides healthy, what can we do to make sure the skin on the outside is healthy?
So I'm not an expert at all, but I know the first thing that you definitely should do is figure out your skin type, whether you're oily, dry, combination. That way, once you figure that out, you can figure out what steps to take for your skin type. Exfoliate.
Okay.
2 to 3 times a week. You should tone your skin every day, and you should moisturize every day. That's important, is moisturization.
Okay. All right, so we gotta moisture, we gotta exfoliate, we gotta take care of our skin from the outside, and then this is gonna help you take care of your skin from the inside.
Yep.
So just 4 ingredients, really quick. We got our Brazil nuts, we got our hemp seeds. I'm gonna add about like a half teaspoon of garlic salt, okay? And then the last one is this, nutritional yeast. This is one of those ingredients that adds that flaky, cheesy texture to this recipe. So we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of that. Give this a quick blend. So we got our little Parmesan seasoning. We got our broccoli almost done. So we're gonna take this out, smash it, and then we're gonna add this on top. So now we're gonna smash the broccoli. We're just gonna take this and just kind of smash it down.
Like broccoli chips.
Yeah, they're like broccoli chips, exactly. All right, so can I have you grab a little bit of that?
So exciting.
So exciting, this is the fun part. All right, yeah.
Sprinkle it?
Oh, you sprinkle it all over.
All
Yeah,
over.
all over. Do you ever have like cheese casseroles at your family
yeah.
events?
Yep. On Easter, my sister makes casseroles, and it's always with broccoli and cheese and everything. So this is, I could text her this recipe.
Okay.
Make it vegan.
All right, yeah, we got vegan recipes for the family. That's one of the tricks, is like, how can you get your family and friends to eat a little bit more healthy, a little bit better for the environment?
Yeah.
I think that this is one of those hacks. Now we're gonna add this to the oven, and we're gonna let these cook for about 10 more minutes.
All right, so it's ready.
Yes, our broccoli is ready. All right, 10 minutes, add the seasoning, 10 more minutes on 425. This is a quick recipe. Let it cool for a little bit.
Cheers.
Cheers. Love it, all right.
That's honestly really good.
Okay,
I could eat that like every day.
okay, every day. All right, we got our broccoli for every day. Well, that is a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me on Trying Vegan with Mario. Stay tuned for more healthy vegan recipes. All right, let's, whoop. Welcome back to Trying Vegan with Mario. On this episode, I'm gonna be giving you one of my 5 ingredients, under 15-minute recipes. And my special guest today is Gianni Taylor, who is a hip hop musician. Welcome to my kitchen, Gianni. What's up, dog?
Glad to be here, man.
Yeah, welcome. All right. I got a nice high energy snack for us today that I'm excited to give to you.
That's what I like to hear.
All right. So you're a musician,
I am.
and I know you got something exciting coming up. So I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about what you got going on.
Yeah, so I'm going on tour with Marky Basie. I leave Monday. 13 cities, and we're doing it all in like just a little bit over 2 weeks. So
Okay,
we
all right.
are going to be moving nonstop.
So I was thinking, I need to come up with a recipe that's gonna be high energy, convenient snack that you could take on the go. So today I'm gonna show you how to make some delicious date cashew cookie bars. How's that sound?
That sounds awesome to me.
All right, right on. All right, so let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw everything into the blender. So it's just 4 ingredients into the blender. So
Okay.
I got my blender right here. Now we're gonna start with dates. So can you grab me, we need 20 of these dates. Dates are amazing because they're high in selenium and magnesium. So dates are something that I always love to use to substitute sugar whenever I'm trying to sweeten something up. I'm gonna add, we got a half cup of cashews. We got a 1/4 cup of Bob's Red Mill oats, and these are gluten-free. And then we need 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. So you pass me that Justin's nut butter right there. So we got 4 ingredients. We throw it in our blender. All right, you can kind of see how those dates started to form this like globby ball right here.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're looking for. We want this glob, and we're gonna take that down and spread it out, and that's what we're gonna turn into our little cookies. Oops, that's fine. So if you take some of that, you want about like this size right here.
like a little bit smaller than a golf ball. All right, kind of roll it up into a little circle.
Is this good or is this too small? Right here?
No, that's good. That's
good?
perfect.
All right,
yeah,
perfect.
right there. Show it.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah,
that's what we
we're
want.
out here.
We are out here. You could even take a little piece off that and just taste it. It's amazing. They're like almost ready. You could just eat that.
Oh, whoa, this is, whoa,
Yeah.
this is fun. Okay.
That's game over right there. All right.
Okay.
All right. You can
see
see
what's going
maybe
on here now.
taking this on the road with you.
I see what's going on
All
here
right.
now.
All right.
I get it.
All right. So let's form a bunch of little balls.
Judge a book by its cover, cause she told me she was down and I'm still up next. Late night, all you up text. Who you tryna fool, girl? I can read you from a mile away.
I think this is by far the healthiest cookie I've ever had.
All right, right on. There we go. That's what we're trying to do in this kitchen. We're trying to make cookies healthy. So this is gonna give you a lot of energy. I'm excited for you to eat one of these before you go on the show.
Oh man, dude, I'm excited, man. I can hardly make it past this dough for you.
I'm gonna be expecting that. I'll be like, Mario, yo, I just had the performance of my lifetime.
Yeah.
I think it was those date cashew cookies.
Yeah. Gotta make the cookies.
You gotta make the cookies, you know? Yeah. Try vegan for all the musicians. Gotta have the cookies.
Exactly.
All right, so we got our little date cashew balls. Now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give them a nice like crispy cookie texture. And the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna dehydrate them. Grab a ball and just flatten it out. And we're gonna kind of flatten it out into like a little mini circle. Okay. It's gonna be about, I don't know, like 2 or 3 centimeters tall. Yeah, something like that. That looks pretty good.
Is this right?
Yeah, that looks great.
All right.
And then a little cheat code, you know, I like to grab my Justin's nut butter cap and I'm just gonna press like that. So, you know, that's a cheat. We only got one of these. So you're on your own right now.
I was looking for my cheat code.
We got a cheat code right here.
Oh,
there we go.
Here we go.
There we go. We're making perfectly shaped cookies. You don't have to though, you know. All right.
Cheat codes on deck.
Cheat codes, yeah. You need the cheat codes when you're cooking. It just makes cooking a little bit more fun, a little bit more simple. We got 8 cookies we're about to make. Let's throw them in the dehydrator.
Okay.
And then what these are gonna need to do is they're gonna dehydrate for about 4 to 6 hours. But like I had mentioned before, we took a bite off of these. They taste delicious. So sometimes what I like to do is I just get to this step and then I just start eating them.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know if I have the self-control to make all this of the cookie stuff. These are just staring at me.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we're gonna take it to that next level. We're gonna add that little crisp and we're gonna throw in the dehydrator.
Do it.
All right, tray number 2. Cap it. Turn it on. And then those are gonna cook for about 4 to 6 hours. But for now, I actually have some that I prepared, so I'd love to give you a taste of what the finished product is gonna taste like.
Yes, let's
so
do it.
I got these cookies right here. These are already finished. As you can
man.
see, they got a little bit of a different texture. They've darkened a little bit. They've added a little bit of a brittle crisp. You can just pick one up and we'll just kind of like break it. It bends. It's got that date texture. Okay. We got cookies. All right. Cheers, my man.
Cheers, brother. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Yes, sir. I need the whole box.
I need the whole box. All right, there we go. We got something special for you to take on the road. I prepared a few extras. You know,
Oh.
like you're off to school.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, he's off to tour. We got some snacks, you know.
These are gonna be
Don't
gone
go-
before I leave here.
What? No, we need one before each show. I'm gonna have to make a few more for you. All right, so I got some of these cashew date cookies for you. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me on my show.
you
Trying to be
very
you with
much, man.
Mario.
Thank you so
Trying
much,
out this
man.
recipe. Good
you
luck
very
to
much.
everything that you got going on tour.
Dude, thank you. I think these are gonna be the ones getting me through
Oh
this
yeah,
whole thing.
there we
so
go.
Thank
All
you
right.
for that, man.
All right, so what I love to do is I love to bring people into my kitchen, teach them a little bit about some healthy food, and give them some good knowledge and some good recipes to go. So thank you again for joining me on Trying Vegan with Mario, and stay tuned for more recipes on my show. We out. Woo.
For the full recipes from this episode and all my other episodes, visit tryingveganwithmario.com. Thanks for watching.